Chapter 5.4, 5.5, determine the quadratic equation. By the end of this class, I should be able to determine the quadratic equation vertex form. So what I want to know now is the quadratic relation, quadratic equation in vertex form. Determine the quadratic equation vertex form of the following. I have like 4 examples or something. Anyway, here's A. It says the quadratic equation has a vertex of 3, 5 and passes through A, 1, negative 3. All right, so you look at the question and you are given what information? The vertex. So remember when we were trying to determine the equation of the quadratic relation? I gave you the zeros before, so you just had to plug in the zeros. In this case, I gave you the what? The vertex. So that means I need to start with what form? The vertex form. So I'm given the vertex, so I'm going to start with vertex form. So that is equal to what? Y equals what? What's the general form? A. X minus h squared plus k. Okay, so that's the relation that we're looking for. All I need to know, determine is the a value, the h value, and the k value. Now, I already gave you 2 of them. Which are they? H and k. I already gave you h and k. So what do you think we do with those 2 numbers? Plug them in. Very good. So you sub them in. So you sub h and k in. So you get y is equal to a, okay, x minus what? 3 squared, okay, plus k. Plus 5. Thank you. Plus 5. All right, now listen. Always, same process. You sub in stuff, and then the second part was what? Sub in the? Yes. Basically, yeah, the other stuff there. The point on the parabola. Okay, so sub. Shh. Sub in a point on the parabola. So which is that? Yeah, so what do I write? Negative 3 is equal to what? A 1 minus 3 plus 5. Work it out. Negative 3. What do I have to do with a plus 5? Bring it over, it becomes a negative. So negative 5 here is equal to a. Okay, this is what? Negative 2 squared. This is what? Negative 8 is equal to a. Negative 2 squared is what? 4. Okay, how do you get rid of the 4? Divide both sides by 4. So we divide both sides by 4. And so a equals what? Negative 2. So y equals what? Y equals what? Negative 2. Bracket x minus 3 squared plus 5. Was that easy? Okay, you see? Okay, so here we're given the zeros, and you may think, oh, then I have to start with factor form, but that's a little bit harder to do because you don't know how to change standard form into vertex form yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, it's going to be very easy to find my vertex because I already gave you the what? The minimum value, which is the y-coordinate of the vertex. And I gave you the zeros so you can find the what? Axis of symmetry. So I can find the axis of symmetry, and so x equals what? Negative 9 plus 3 divided by 2. What does that give you? That gives you negative 3. Okay, so the vertex, so I know the vertex is going to be what? Negative 3 and negative 18. Okay, finish the question for me, please. Remember, you start with y equals a x minus h squared plus k. All right, finish the question. See if you got the right answer. Okay, so plug in your vertex. So you're going to sub in your vertex. That's going to be y equals a x minus negative 3 squared minus 18. Then you're going to sub in the point. Sub in the point, so that's going to be one of the zeros. So that's going to be, I'm going to plug in 3, 0. So it's going to be 0 equals to a 3 plus 3 squared minus 18. Bring the 18 to the other side, so it's 18 is equal to a 6 squared. And what you're going to get is 18 equals to a. This is 36. Divide both sides by 36, and you get what? A equals what? A half. 1 over 2. So y is equal to what? A half x plus 3 squared minus 18. So that's the final answer for that one. Okay, so this question, you're given standard form. You want vertex form. Basically, you have to find the vertex. Okay, I'll teach you another way later. But anyways, right now, for now, we will find the vertex. So x equals what? Negative 5 here. And then x equals 3 over here. You find your axis of symmetry. And x equals to what? Negative 5 plus 3 divided by 2 is equal to negative 1. So your vertex is going to be y is equal to 2, negative 1 plus 5, negative 1 minus 3 is equal to 2, 4, and negative 4, which equals to what? 1632, negative 32. So the vertex is negative 1 and negative 32. Okay? So now I can write this in vertex form. Here we go. Y is equal to blah, bracket, x plus minus 1 squared minus what? 32. And yesterday I told you what the a value was. The a value is what? Is exactly the same as that one, which is what? 2. Okay, so the a value here is exactly the same as this a value right here. All right, so your equation is going to end up as y equals 2 x plus 1 squared minus 32. So all you need to do here, is be able to draw it. Okay, so all of you do is this, and that's fairly easy, yes? Okay, and then over here is how long? 12. Okay, how high is it? 12. Okay, so what's the vertex? 6. Okay, so it's 6 and 12. Okay, so there's your vertex, and what are you going to sub in? Sub in the vertex and sub in what? 0, 0, okay, because 0, 0 is the easiest one to sub in. Sub in those two and you're done. You find your a value and that's it. Okay? So y 0 is equal to, you're going to get something like this. 0 minus 6 squared plus 12. You just work it out and you'll get your answer. Negative 12 equals to a 36. A equals to what? Negative 1 over 3. And does that make sense? I mean, does it make sense as it's negative? Yeah, because it opens what? Opens down, so it should be negative. Okay, so y is equal to negative 1 over 3 x minus 6 squared plus 12. Done. Bah.